Hey, what's going on, guys? Battle Nation Zimper here, back today with another video. And today, guys, we're at a pretty small map, and it's for a pretty small video, but I thought a pretty good video, and it's covering one single question. We're not doing a top 5, a top 10 list, covering any updates or anything like that, but super small video today, and we're simply asking ourselves one question. How good is the Pelican? Now, some people say he's mid, some people say he's trash, some people say he's great. And we are going to be discussing that today. And really not much to say, just wanted to thank you guys for the support in these last few videos. If you need a guild, you're more than welcome to join the Empire, just linked down below. And yeah, just want to, say this community is pretty cool. I think we have been growing a lot recently, not even speaking just about, our YouTube community, but just Battle Nations in general, pretty much on all platforms it's blowing up. It's getting really big on iOS. This is all you have to type in and it pops up now, which is just crazy that, it already gets prompt to Battle Nations in iOS, which is pretty huge. I don't think it'll be a while before Apple notices of us, but you never know. They notice the original, and I think we're even better. But nevertheless, jumping into today's video topic, this bad boy right here, let's just go ahead and read his description real quick. So this is his overview on the Battle Nations wiki, and it reads, the Pelican is a released unit in 4.7 patch. It can be built at the dry docks. It is the only flying unit that can be mass-produced. It is a flying unit normally obtained during boss strikes, and that's absolutely true. Normally flying units are uniquely obtained during boss strikes, but in this case, you can get as many Pelicans as you want. And it was controversial then, still controversial now. We'll get into that in a little bit. But continuing on, it reads, the aircraft itself is decent, with minor armor to crushing, fire, and piercing damage, resistance, and no armor. It is vulnerable to anti-aircraft. Many warships, however, have large numbers which can be fielded negate this, and deliver crippling blows to even the mightiest battleships. And that's absolutely true. So, as it said right there, and it did look a little bit fuzzy, however, hopefully that should be fixed out. But nevertheless, it's weak. It's very pretty much no resistance to, what was that there? That was explosive, fire, and piercing. And it has pretty weak resistance there, but it makes up for that with the factor of, you're not really worried about the defensive capabilities of aircraft. You're more looking at what it can do. And that's more what we care about. And let's go ahead and throw this up on screen, and it reads, the SC-2 has 3 attacks. Its combat maneuver, scissor attack, its strafing attack, which can hit a single column, dealing the most devastating damage with foremost spot and dealing progressively less the further away the target attack point is. This attack is much like most aircraft attacks, and the notable exception of being able to hit both ground and air units, sometimes in the same pass. And it is just beautiful. We'll go ahead and go through all attacks real quick. Of course, it has this one right here, a simple strafe attack, strong up front with more damage going backwards. That's not bad at all, especially concerning what the Hurricane does. And I heard people try to argue this being good back in the day. So this, by the Pelican, very strong. Then immediately after, we got this right here, the Torpedo. Absolutely beautiful, especially for a naval attack. And then finally, we got this bad boy right here. Just dropping a bomb pretty directly, pretty standard stuff. And yes, as you can see, obviously, from it being a torpedo, being traded at the dry docks, and like pretty much all other aircraft, it can be used in naval battles and, of course, land battles as well. But just the factor that you can have this bad boy and he can train himself, it's weird to be able to train an air unit and just be able to have a mass production of it. It really is insane. And that's kind of where the question lies here. Should this guy, because at the end of the day, let's be honest, he's alright. He's not a bad unit. I think he does make up for it. If you want to talk about usability, that's debatable because this is his cost. And as you can see, the biggest thing that gets me here is the gears. 10 gears, that's 2 tank killers. So, I mean, if, you're really caring about it, I say, you gotta make the argument, is he really worth that? And that's totally up for debate. But as far as, is he a good unit? Yeah, he's pretty good, in all honesty. But here's where the debate lies. Should aircraft be exclusive to boss strikes? And the answer, is, of course not. I mean, the Pelican's in the game. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I think it'd be ridiculous. Even as somebody who believes in the prestige of aircraft, I think it'd be ridiculous to move the Pelican. But I think the main question believes in this. Should aircraft be this unique thing that you could only do during boss strikes, or should it be able to, train like the Pelican, just regular old unit? And to be clear, there is technically one more unit before him that came out that's also flying that was trainable, but it was super weird. And if you're wondering what it is, it's the Hunter from the Infected boss strike. Yeah, when you infected a unit, it had a chance, of course, to become a random zombie, and one of those zombies was the Hunter, and he, as you can see, has wings. But as you can guess, as it again is tied to a boss strike, the Infected boss strike, the fourth ever boss strike. A lot of people think it's the best boss strike, and it was a flying unit, but it was connected to a boss strike. It was random. You couldn't mass produce them, if you will, because of the randomness of it. And it was only available, for that, Halloween, boss strike. So as far as actual mass produce, being able to train around the clock, yeah, it only really comes down to the Pelican. So here's the question. Should he be the unique exception? Or should he be, one in a million? Should we be able to, train as many, flying aircraft as possible? Be sure to let me know what you believe in the comments below, because it's really just an opinion-based thing, no real wrong answers here, if you will. And yeah, that'll pretty much do it for today's video. Kind of just laid it out. He's an alright unit. He can definitely deal some damage. He can't really take a lot of damage, but I mean, who really wants an aircraft that can take a lot of damage, It's all about being able to do good damage as an aircraft, and he does alright damage as an aircraft. As far as usability go, that's up more up for debate because of his cost. But is he a good unit? Yeah, he can do good damage. It's just a question of whether aircraft should be reserved for boss strikes, or if he should be the first of many more to come trainable aircraft. And of course, that's up to you guys, the community. Let me know, though, what you guys think in the comments below. Should he be the first of many? Should he be the rare exception, and air units should be treated as a boss strike premium going forward, like it was? Let me know what you guys believe in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. As for me, I personally would like to see, again, a little bit more of an air premium, like I said earlier. But more than anything, I want you guys to be the deciding factor here, the community at large. And I think Madrona Games is going to let that be the deciding factor. So again, please let me know in the comments what your opinion on it is. And pretty much with all that being said, that will just about do it for us today, guys. Again, if you're watching this all the way through, thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate you watching this silly Battle Nations video where we argue whether or not the Pelican was good or not. Final verdict, at least for me, he's worth it. It's just whether or not he's worth it in a free-to-play term. Well, he's not nanos. It's just, do you want to give up the 10 gears for him? And, well, that's personal opinion. But me, yeah, I'm going to train a few Pelicans. But do I want to see more? Well, that's the discussion for you gentlemen to have. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching this Battle Nations video. If you enjoyed it, please consider dropping a like down below and subscribing to the channel if you are new. If you have any questions, suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to do any of your video requests. I'd love to take any of your suggestions. And of course, let me know what your opinion is about this video. As long as it's Battle Nations and respectful, anything goes down below. And if you need a guild, again, please consider joining the Empire, linked in the description down below. And yeah, guys, with all that being said, that will do it for us. Thank you again very much for watching this Battle Nations video. And as always, have a great rest of your day.